Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're literally cracking open the modern AI toolbox. Look, if you're building AI agents right now, you already know they aren't just passive text generators anymore, right? They're active participants in our systems. But how do they actually get things done? Well, inspired by Anand Vemula over at Tech Horizon, we're going to visually break down the real engine of AI action, CLI versus MCP.
So think about your AI agent for a second, not just as a chatbot, but as this active entity navigating its environment. How does it actually decide what to use? Imagine putting a master carpenter in a workshop. They don't just grab a sledgehammer for every single job they see. They assess the wood, check the nails, figure out the desired outcome, and then they grab the exact, precise tool required. Well, our AI agents are starting to do the exact same thing in the digital realm. But instead of physical tools, we're talking about system commands and API protocols. So how does an AI actually decide what to use when faced with a problem? That is the core routing mystery we're unraveling today.
Section 1, the AI Agent Toolkit, essentially our developer workshop. Moving right along to Section 2, mastering the CLI, or terminal execution. Okay, so the CLI, or command line interface. This gives your agent direct terminal-level execution capabilities. Now, obviously, you already know what a CLI is, but let's look at it from the agent's perspective. It's basically like giving the AI a steering wheel and pedals connected directly to your operating system's engine. Moving a file, running a Python script, checking memory, you name it. The CLI is absolutely perfect for this. It's pure command and response. It's incredibly fast, super effective. But yeah, also kind of terrifying if your agent goes rogue without any guardrails. Which brings us to Section 3, mastering the MCP, the context protocol. Now, this is where things get truly next-gen. MCP, or Model Context Protocol, is an architecture that allows AI models to securely connect to diverse data sources and complex tool environments. It completely counters the direct action approach of the CLI by offering a framework built specifically for context-heavy integration. Imagine your AI needs to read a customer's recent support tickets from a database, cross-reference an internal knowledge base, and then draft an email. A simple bash command just isn't going to cut it there. The AI needs deep context. MCP provides that secure bridge to understand the shape of your data without, breaking everything. And now, Section 4, choosing the tool, getting into that routing logic. Let's put these two distinct approaches head-to-head. On one side, we have the CLI. It's built for direct execution and those standard, everyday tasks. On the other side, the MCP, built specifically for context-aware, complex data environments. Think about it. If you force an AI to use MCP for a simple file deletion, you're massively over-engineering the problem and just adding completely unnecessary latency. But if you try to force an AI to synthesize secure database records using basic bash commands, you are absolutely asking for a security nightmare. The real magic here isn't just that an AI has these tools, but that it dynamically routes its requests based on the specific prompt you give it. And this brings us right to the core inspiration for today's explainer. As Anand Vemula highlights, advanced agents don't just use tools blindly, they evaluate and choose them. Vemula points out something so crucial. The true intelligence of an AI system isn't just in generating text anymore, it's in its tool selection. That routing logic is where the real magic of modern agentic workflows actually lives. Let's actually build out a logical framework for your agent here. Think of this decision matrix as the brain of your routing mechanism. Task complexity, CLI handles the low complexity stuff, while MCP tackles the high. Context needed, CLI requires minimal context, but MCP demands deep context. And what about speed? Well, CLI gives you that immediate raw response, while MCP operates at a more measured, secure, protocol-driven pace. When a prompt comes in, your agent is literally scanning through a matrix exactly like this in milliseconds. So the absolutely crucial point to remember is this continuous, dynamic loop. Step 1, assess the task complexity. Step 2, evaluate the context needs. Step 3, select either the CLI or the MCP. By strictly following this loop, AI agents protect your systems from reckless direct commands when deep context is needed, and on the flip side, they save valuable compute time when a simple command will get the job done. It's just this perfect balance of efficiency and safety. Which leaves us with a final thought to really ponder for your next project. How will you tool your AI agents for their next complex task? Because if you only give them a CLI, sure, they'll be incredibly fast, but they'll be flying totally blind when things get complicated. And if you only give them MCP, they'll be brilliant, absolutely, but bogged down by the simplest requests.
The future for sure belongs to systems that seamlessly integrate both. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep building, and I'll catch you next time.